with the VHSL report. The playoffs are set. Games from last week: South County beat Lake Braddock 40-21. Westfield beat Chantilly 47-34. Highland Springs beat Varina 27-20 and extended their winning streak to 39 games now. Deep Run beat TJ Richmond 33-0. Clover Hill beat Monacan 35-14. Broad Run beat Stonebridge 35-21. Lafayette beat War Hill 42-0. Salem beat Pulaski 12-6. Heritage Lynchburg beat Liberty Christian 28-0. And Riverheads beat Stuart Draft 49-14. Now to get to the first round of the playoffs in Class 6. In Region A, Oscar Smith will take on Western Branch. Ocean Lakes will take on Cosby. Thomasdale will take on Grassfield, and Lansdowne will take on Franklin County. And also in Region B, we have Freedom of Woodbridge against John Champ, Patriot against C.D. Hilton, Colonial Forge and Garfield, and Stonewall Jackson of Manassas is at Massaponax, and that's where CVTV Sports will be this Friday with play-by-play from Jimmy Jones and Tim Coleman, and sideline reporting with David Robinson, and yours truly with the VHSL report. And in Region C for 6, South County will take on Falls Church. Mount Vernon will take on Justice. Lake Braddock will take on James Robinson. West Springfield will take on T.C. Williams. Westfield in Region D will take on Wakefield. James Madison will take on Centerville. Yorktown will take on George Marshall, and Chantilly will take on South Lakes. And as we go now, we're going to Class 5. And in 5, Region A, Salem, Virginia Beach will take on Frank Cox. Murray will take on Deep Creek. Nansemond River will be at Indian River. Woodside will be at Princess Anne. And in Region B, Henrico will be at Highland Springs. Douglas Freeman will be at Manchester. Prince George will be at Deep Run. Clover Hill will be at Varina. And for Region C, they have 6 teams made the playoffs instead of 8, with the 1 and 2 seeds getting a bye. Stonebridge and Woodgrove all have byes for the first round. Robert E. Lee of Springfield will be at Briar Woods, and Potomac Falls will be at Riverside. And in Region D, Stafford will be at Mountain View. Brook Point will be at North Stafford. Albemarle will be at Patrick Henry of Roanoke, and William Fleming will be at Harrisonburg. And we now have the Class 4 playoffs for the first round. In Region A, Great Bridge will be at Lake Taylor. Minchville will be at Churchland. Kings Fork will be at War Hill. Warwick will be at Hampton. And we go over to Region B. King George will be at Louisa. Dinwiddie at Monacan. Huguenot at Eastern View. Spotsylvania at Patrick Henry of Ashland. And in Region C, we have the Dulles and the Northwestern districts. They swap sides for the playoffs, and Millbrook will take on Broad Run. Loudoun County will take on Liberty Bealeton. Sharando will be at Tuscarora. Loudoun Valley will be at John Hanley, and that game is Saturday at 1 o'clock in Winchester. And in Region D, Amherst County will be at Salem. Jefferson Forest at E.C. Glass, and that game will be Thursday night, November the 14th. Blacksburg will be at Pulaski. G.W. Danville will be at Halifax. And now we move on to Class 3. And in Region A, Southampton will be at Hopewell. Petersburg will be at York. Tab will be at Phoebus. And I.C. Norcom will be at Lafayette, and that game will be Saturday at 1 o'clock at Wayner Stadium in Williamsburg. Region B, number 8, Independence will be at number 1, Goochland. Number 7, Central Woodstock will be at number 2, James Monroe. George Mason will be at Brentsville, and Skyline will be at William Monroe. Over in Region C, Western Albemarle will be at Heritage Lynchburg. Fluvanna will be at Spotswood. Brookville will be at Rockbridge, and Turner Ashby will be at Liberty Christian. And in Region D, William Byrd will be at Lord Botetourt. Abington will be at Northside. Bassett will be at Magna Vista, and Christiansburg will be at Hidden Valley. and we'll be back in a few minutes with Class 2 and 1. Now we're covering Class 2 and 1 in the first round of the high school football playoffs. Number 8 Brunswick for Region A, Class 2. Number 8 Brunswick is at TJ of Richmond. Amelia County is at King William. John Marshall is at Pequoson. Nottoway is at Greensville. In Region B, Buffalo Gap is at Stewart's Draft. Page County is at Buckingham County. East Rockingham is at Clark County. Strasburg is at Luray. And in Region C, Chatham is at Appomattox County. Patrick County is at Radford. Dan River is at Gretna. Floyd County is at Glenver. Over in Region D, Marion is at Ridgeview. Gate City is at Union. Tazewell is at Graham. And Richlands is at Central Wise. And now over to Class 1 for the first round. Matthews will be at Essex, and this is Region A. Northumberland is at Rappahannock. West Point is at King and Queen. Colonial Beach is at Washington and Lee. Over in Region B, Rappahannock County is at Riverheads. Surrey is at Sussex Central. Alta Vista is at William Campbell. Franklin is at Central Lunenburg. Over in Region C, Eastern Montgomery is at Galax. Grayson County is at Narrows. Perry McClure is at George Wythe of Wytheville. Auburn is at Covington. And in Region D, Honeacre is at Patrick Henry of Glade Spring. Castlewood is at J.I. Burton. Thomas Walker is at Chilhowie. And Holston is at Eastside. And these are all the first round of the playoffs for this coming week. Next week I will have the scores and the second round matchups that we will have, and I will go over that on the VHSL report. And like I said, we will be at Massaponax High School. CVTV will be there with Jimmy Jones, Tim Coleman, David Robinson, and yours truly, George Kerns, as CVTV covers the game of the week, as Stonewall Jackson of Manassas is 8-2, and they're at Massaponax is 8-2. And Stonewall Jackson has 2 players that are being recruited by Alabama, LSU, and Ohio State. One is Sean Murphy, and another one is a defense. Stonewall Jackson has a good defense, so we'll see how they do against Massaponax, and hopefully Massaponax can pull it out. So I'm George Kerns, and I'm with the VHSL Report.